Hello, I am Bruton, and I would like to read to you a short excerpt from my upcoming novel, Chamber of One. The moon above shone white as bleached bone. The sky surrounding was a carpet of black. There were no stars. A deep roaring surrounded her. Turning in a circle, Rebecca saw sharp cuts of moonlight rising and falling atop the lips of ink-black mounds that roiled all around her. In the inky distance, a bell tolled, distant and mournful and familiar, the sound carrying fast but low over the shifting, alien landscape. Looking down, she found herself standing upon a black, reflective surface. Beneath her feet, something with fins sped past. All around, the ocean swelled. The waves rolled, and again the bell tolled. Turning towards its sound, Rebecca discovered a stillness to the water, distinct from the tumult that surrounded her. She stepped forward, and the waters stood further. With each consecutive step, a path began to emerge, melting its way through the towering waves. After a time, distant sounds began to filter in through the deafening susurrus. Thin grumbles, waxing and waning in the dark, the Doppler effect of motor engines, squeezing and stretching somewhere in front of her. Flickers of light began to streak the horizon, stopping and starting like Morse code as the black waves interrupted her vision, until a step brought her past the shadowy swells and over the breakers that crashed, rumbled, then slid up onto a pitch-black shore. The vision became clearer now. A coastal highway, ejecting its traffic from one metropole towards another. Rebecca watched the cars pass in this curious unlight, the streaks of their headlamps lingering as though the surrounding darkness was clinging to them before reluctantly releasing them into the night. Beneath the highway, the ghost of a shore was visible, a strip of cut black against the white spindrift of the ocean and the ribbon of fading lights that marked the passage of traffic above. Its shape was jagged and rocky. Then a light speared the darkness, to swing back and forth across the waves where she stood. A torch, and behind it a figure, winding its way carefully through the black towards the shore. Behind the traffic and the waves, Rebecca could hear it calling a name. The voice was that of a boy, or a young man, perhaps. At the touch of the torchlight, the waves surrounding her grew more agitated. A noise emerged beneath their roar, something giant and ancient and hungry. The ocean's waters began to ripple forward, fighting their natural ebb and flow, until the black skein that marked the ocean's edge jumped and jittered unnaturally. Right above them, the young man's light searched back and forth. The darkness behind him began to grow and blister. Rebecca began to scream, but the boy didn't hear. Rebecca saw the glint of teeth, then something sinuous darted out of the blackness to wrap itself around the head and face of the young man. Faster than Rebecca's eyes could follow, the boy was pulled back into the shadow, like prey into a waiting maw. Then Rebecca's view of the beach vanished, as the waves around her waterfalled upwards. Following them up with her eyes, she discovered that the moon had vanished. In its place hung a hollow in the sky, not black, but empty, its absence haloed by a thin ring of grey, flickering light. A voice filled the waters below her, resonating through the mighty swells then sitting thick over the water like a fog. Its sound was heavy and ancient, and it pressed upon her with the weight of ages. "I have found you," the ocean said. "By your shadow I see you. I touch the shape of your emptiness. I track you by the spaces where you are not." The waters stilled all at once. The shore was gone. The lights had vanished. With no moon above, the waters below Rebecca's feet became a flat, black mirror. Rebecca hung in empty darkness. Then there were teeth beneath her, sliding along the underside of the water's surface, a soul's breadth from her bare feet, so sharp and long they'd cut shadow and snare worlds. Beneath her, the ocean opened its mouth. As the world prepared to swallow her, Rebecca discovered she could not move. But shadow or not, the ocean continued. If I can find you, others might also.